wanted to take a moment to talk about linear chord scales and working through a key, ornamenting bass notes with melodic pitches, and mostly just going up the diatonic. We're going to be in the key of no sharps, no flats here on the 5th string, and each phrase is going to begin with a 10th. So it's an octave and a third instead of a third. So we're at the 5th string, 3rd fret, and the 5th fret of the 2nd string. So we have this is the basis of a regular C chord. And the formula that we're going to use, the mechanism we're going to use, is we're going to come down 3 scale degrees and raise the bass a step. Now, depending where we are in the scale, these distances are either going to be halves, half step, whole step, 2 wholes, and our ornament might be a half step or a whole step depending. So here's the opening phrase, which will more or less give birth to the rest of them as we go up. So it has a descending scale, bass comes up, and we ornament that last melodic pitch. So in this case, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, bass comes up to 5 with the last 2 fingers. And we do this little ornament, melodic ornament. Now this C chord, we could see this as part of G7, the 5th and 4th fret of the 5th and 3rd strings. If I put the G in the bottom, I think you can hear that that wants to resolve to C. It could also be a part of D7. Here's the 5th fret of the 5th and 3rd strings. You need to hear that B note with a G in the bottom, and we get that G7 sound. I suppose all of the examples I'm going to give going up could be extended further with more elaboration in resolution, but here we're just looking to get kind of a meditative flow going. I hope you can hear that that's the next inevitable result of coming up a scale degree in the bass. So now we're at D minor with a 10th, 5th and 6th fret, and I'm coming down 2 scale degrees. So to 6th, 5th fret, 7th fret of the 3rd string. And at that point, again, the mechanism is the bass note comes up a scale degree. And we're going to ornament this one, not with a diatonic tone, but with a half step below. Which serves to tonicize D minor. That word means that we make something sound like home. So here's C, given its 5 chord, it sounds very much like C is 1. If I come to D minor, now it sounds like D minor is 1 because I've included the note that makes something tonicized, which is usually the leading tone 7. So for D, C sharp is the note that really affects that change and makes us hear D minor as 1. If we use diatonic pitches, there's D and C at the 5th fret of the 3rd string. It's perfectly viable and good. I just chose to use the half step little half step below because we're not going to stay here, we're going to keep going, so it's a little more edgy. Now, same mechanism is in play, but the fingerings are going to be completely different. We're at the 3rd degree with a 10th, but now our diatonic next degree is up here on the 3rd string, 10th fret. And our bass is only going to ascend a half step because we're at the 3rd and 4th degrees of the scale. Now I hope if I set you loose here that you'd be able to find the rest of them just using your ear and the basics of this mechanism. I'm going to continue. So now we're at F. It looks just like the one we did for C. The melodic lines coming down 2 scale steps, and then bass is coming up, and we're ornamenting with a half step below. And notice the teams of fingers working. So we wouldn't want to necessarily jump up with another set of fingers if we're going to stay in position. Make F sound like 1. Now here we get G, and I am going to give it the half step below. I like that sound. It would make G sound like 1 because of D7. If you're not understanding some of the theory concepts I'm saying, don't worry about it. I'm saying them for a reason, and that's just acclimate your ear to both the sounds that we're in and the terminology to put them together. It's not so important to know the theory, but if you want to improvise in this style, I'd say it is something of a prerequisite to know the implication of these notes. So now we're to A minor. Now it sounds like we're playing A minor and E7 with a B in the bass. But it's just that mechanism again. The same one we had for D minor. Now the one we have for B here, it's a little unusual in that it starts off with this 10th with a different fingering, maybe middle 2 fingers, because we have to get down to that B on the 3rd string 16th fret. So here we're at 14, 15, and I'm coming down 15, 13, 16. And we're coming up to, this is 15 and 16 on the 5th and 3rd strings. Sorry if it's hard to see. And now we're going to be back home. Back where we started. See, that really made A minor sound like home bass. Made G sound like home. Made F sound like home. Made it rather dramatic B7 happen. Made B7 to E minor sound like E minor was home. Made D minor sound like home. sound like home, made C sound like home. So what I'm trying to get at is that each of these connected little phrases have a lot of implications for both modulation, for tonicizing a new key, and for just getting your ears and your hands together, making some different kinds of motion, and thinking in larger chunks of material rather than just block chords. So I hope this has been of interest. Please let me know if you have questions or comments below, and if you have suggestions for other topics you'd like to see addressed in these lessons. I'm open to hear about your ideas, and I hope you're having a good day there. Thanks for watching.